So we're about to try this again, and like I said, try to do this real quick in reference to the spiritual journey, emotions, intentions, and the ability to kind of override all of that by connecting to the part of you that is a spiritual being having a human experience. From that parameter, we're able to see it clearly. But when you tie in your goals or whatever, so generally you can be like, I want to marry this man, and so now I'm going to this Orisha to get married. If you don't get married, your emotions is then tied up into your spiritual process, but your spiritual process never even probably said nothing about you using it to get married. Maybe you do get married, maybe you don't get married, but when you in the realm of the spiritual space, you just become grateful for everything. You master the emotional plane because you realize that the physical world is a complete and utter illusion. So first off, you understand your emotional body. Your emotional body is the bridge between your mental body and your physical body. Now, if you are at a mental place where you can think negatively, I'm not this, I'm not that, my man don't like me, my girlfriend hates me, all of these particular things, whatever, people can have orange hair, or people don't like them because they wear orange hair. People can have all of these particular thoughts about themselves, and then the same person can think, oh, my man adores me, oh, my wife adores me, oh, people love the fact that I have orange hair. It's girls that are like 500 pounds, right? But mentally, they think that they're SSBBWs. So emotionally, they then are able to charge the fact that they're overweight for money. And by embracing their actual size, they then attract people who are specifically looking for SSBBWs. Now, that same woman can have low self-esteem. She can weigh 500 pounds and have low self-esteem and be like thinking that her world is over. So the emotions are the bridge between the mental and the physical. Now, what you charge your mental body with, you then charge your physical body with, and then that creates the physical. None of this process is you actually being emotional. Do that make sense? Because you can mentally tell yourself, boy, I'm the shit. Boy, I'm the sexiest motherfucker walking. Boy, everybody love me. Boy, I can't think enough. And then you charge your emotions with that. And then your physical creates that. Now, this is the tricky part. Depending on the area of the sun, depends the area of where you're at and your physicality. So the sun is in Capricorn. Capricorn deals a lot with mechanics and architecture and construction. That's perfectly fine if you are thinking about building yourself up, building your business, contributing to something in your architectural brain, doing the blueprints for things. That's the season. The alternate to Capricorn is the devil. It is the projection of a person that has built something from the ground up and is successful in that space, and the person who did not build that energy from the ground up now being envious and jealous and calling them an adversary. As if the devil is knocking on your door saying, look at me, shine on you. That's not how it works. It's generally when a person looks to another person to administer healing. When the Kabbalion tells us all that the mind is all. And the more that you stay charging your mental with uber positive vibrations, uber sexual, where see, I don't even know where I just went.
Now I know where it's coming from.
No, uber positive, assertive, aggressive even, when it comes to the positivity and the gratitude and the higher vibrations that you want to live in spite of all things, because you generally tap into an aspect of yourself, which is that soul or that spiritual beingness. And so since the energy is in Capricorn, you might be like, well, I don't see where I need to be. But you might see the pieces. You might see the cement. You might see the blueprint. You might see the areas of which you want to begin to buy real estate. You might be thinking about that home you want to buy. But at the end of the day, it's not based upon your will, because you might not be trained in any of the things that you're wishing to build. Just because I never built a skyscraper before don't mean that I can't envision what a skyscraper looks. And just because I never built a skyscraper don't mean that I can't build one with my mind and have other people build it. So generally you have to really be in tune and really forged in your financial life, which comes from Scorpio, which comes from Sagittarius, which leads us into Capricorn. And once we're in Capricorn, it's more of, I know exactly where I want to take this. See, if you are in a situation where you're talking about, oh, this motherfucker, he was the shit back in the day, and I'm going to take that to the bank, and that's going to be my cement into the future. That's going to be real interesting how that shit turn out. Because that old shit is not a guarantee for the future. However, when you realize certain things about your godhood, you realize that it's within you. So the trick, the ultimate trick, is to pull you into like an emotional bind, or a part where you feel subdued. And see, the trick of it is like, you're not even in chains no more. I'm referencing American Gods last night, the episode, or not even last night, this weekend, the episode, it was about the Orishas. Now, last week, I did a couple of series in referencing to what nobody talks about in reference to the conscious community. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, y'all comment on here. Y'all can either say scam or not. You can say scam or not a scam. If a Babylon DMs you in your messages, will that be a scam or not a scam? And I'm going to trust my wife can read and see what they say.
I can't see.
In reference to the Orishas, would that be a scam or would that not be a scam if a Babylon reached out to you?
That one scam.
Because I ain't going to say.
Got another scam.
That would be a scam.
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 Scam as fuck.
Scam as fuck.
Scam.
Scam. Okay, we have established something. If a Babylon reaches out to you in the DM, that's going to be a scam. So I'm just a person who is lost and in my deepest darkness, and I'm watching American Gods, and they talking about Oshun, and they're talking about Yemaya, And these things that me and my wife, we deal with on an intimate level, but we are not no Babylons. We cannot initiate you into shit, right? These energies and entities came to us in a dream world when we were at a balanced emotional state. We did not reach out to them. Oshun, please save me. Because what does that create? That creates an intercessory of, I know about Oshun and you don't know about Oshun. And for $59.99, I tell you everything you need to know about Oshun. To which, if you mentally charge yourself in relation to energy, specifically not to Oshun, but a Babylon who acting like he is a priest or a priestess who is acting as if she is a priestess of these particular energies. When I know for a fact these Orishas have came to me and my wife and said, if we want to reach out to a person, we will. You don't need no middleman to get to Oshun. That's my word. And if you feel like you gotta pay an exorbitant amount of money from a priestess or a Babylon, it's just that. It's just a money scheme. It's a business plan. And you are the customer. Understand that. But when it comes to real spiritual healing, it is in understanding the chakras and understanding your chakras. That's why we do these courses. That's why we put out these books. Because the sense of the book is not to say, hey, you paid fucking $7 for a book. I broke your motherfucking pockets for the $7, right? Now your kids can't eat because you spent $7 on a book, right? In relation to your human body, your body, not my body, your body, with the hope that it produces the hormones to heal you. Not the hopes, but the science that it will actually heal you. Because when it comes to healing, I cannot heal my wife. My wife cannot heal me. I have to heal me. She has to heal herself. We can't even heal our children. Our children have to learn how to heal themselves, or else you'll be susceptible to a doctor, to a scam artist, to a Babylon, to a priestess, to a reverend, to just a nigga on the internet feeling like he knows some shit. As if they know more than you. I'm here to say that I don't know more than you. You know more than yourself. You know more than me when it comes to you. So your mental charge in relation to the fact that you are a soul is your ability to charge your emotional body up so strong that you become a magnetic force. So your physical reality is a cinch. It's easy because you are charging yourself with the thoughts of, I am a god, I am a goddess, I am here, I am powerful, I am magnetic, I am this, I am that. But even more deeper, you're not saying I am anything, right? Because I am is in relation to the fact that you have to be charged by a particular mantra. What nobody tells you about mantras is that they keep you trapped in an emotional space. Because when you tell yourself, I am abundant, and you got 2 cents in your bank account, your inner self is confused. To which you might be lying to yourself, or the I am that you're saying is counterintuitive to your beingness. Because your beingness is not I am. Your beingness is more powerful than a want or a need or a desire. Because a want and a need and a desire is connected to the emotional body. And the emotional body is the bridge. So what can you not do on the bridge? You can't live on the bridge. You can't work on the bridge. You can't fuck on the bridge. You can't stay on the bridge. You got to go from point A to point B. So your emotions thus get you from point A to point B. So when you rely on the bridge to be your sanctimony on how you feel, do you know how many people only give a fuck about how they feel, you can give them pertinent knowledge to exactly the question that they're dealing with. But if they don't resonate with it, if they don't feel as if, it serves their emotions, they're not fucking with it. Like, I see people right now with bloodsuckers, right? Being drained. And this person is yelling at them, screaming at them, being mean to them. But they can't mentally charge themselves enough because their emotions are tied up into a negative space. So this is why all emotions thus become all emotions are illusionary, because you can charge them to be with an abuser. Do y'all understand that? How dangerous your emotions can be? When you can charge them to be with a person that you're not even equally yoked with, that's not even going to value your energy, is going to use your energy. Every day you wake up, you might have to wake up to a person that's going to abuse you and hurt you and hit you. But you can't even leave because you value your emotions over your mental. In the Kabbalion, it does not say that your emotions is all. It don't say that. Matter of fact, it don't say shit about the emotions in the Kabbalion. You know what it does say, though? It says the mind is all. So there's no way that you would think that being with an abuser, being with somebody that hurts you, working at a no good job, not having no direction, not having no community, not having no love, not having no relationship, you could mentally perceive that shit. Now that is the trauma that our people live in. Cause we so driven by emotions. Look at black movies in the 90s. And tell me the intellectual, thought-provoking film noir, right? With an all-black audience. I'll wait. Or was it all tied into emotional frequencies? Oh, this is funny. Oh, this is action. Oh, this is drama. Oh, this is this, right? How many times people will be like, oh, what you think about that movie? Oh, I loved it. What about, oh, it made me think about the world that I'm living in? There've been so many opportunities that black people could have enlightened us to some shit. You know what they decided to do? Shuck and jive. Jive and shuck. And the reason why our people can eat bundles of fucking pork is because they're emotionally attached to it. And if you charge them with a mental fact in relation to, it's all types of worms and bacteria in that fucking bacon. You know that the bacon and eggs that you eat in the morning is not even related to eating in the morning. It's purely related on a bet that a person was to say, I bet you that I can get motherfucking Americans to eat eggs and bacon in the morning. You go anywhere in the world and try to get some eggs and bacon in the morning and they'll look at you like you crazy. You ever went to a Mexican spot and got breakfast? It'd be different shit. Chinese spot, it'd be different shit for breakfast. In England, it's different shit for breakfast. Now, I know that there's variations on the theme and exceptions to the rules, but for the most part, most Americans' programming is specifically based on our emotions. So when you try to tap into trying to help somebody or trying to change somebody, I'm trying to reach all on a mental level. And only a few people gonna get it because they not ever able to raise their chakras up to reach a true mental level. It's a reason why the root chakra is in your sexual organs and your brain is represented in your crown chakra. So what does that tell you? If a person does not elevate their chakras from the root chakra, then 10 times out of 10, they not even thinking. And if you're not thinking, you're not able to manifest. Because what are you then manifesting towards? You're manifesting towards something that's going to satisfy your ego. But understand your ego is more like the ant version of yourself. But in relation to what needs to take place, you also think of healing. And if healing is the most important thing that a human being could experience down here, whose responsibility is it to heal? It's your own responsibility to heal. It's not nobody else. How do you heal yourself? By producing different hormones from your endocrine glands. How do you have a baby? By producing hormones from your endocrine glands. Do you go inside of your body and say, oh Lord, I'm pregnant. All right, hips, start expanding. But do your hips need to expand for you to have a baby? Yes. Do you go to your belly? All right, belly, start expanding. No, but do your belly need to expand for it to? Yes. Why? Because the mind is off. Once you begin to get into a mental process where the hormones reach your pituitary gland that say, in my lower self, I am now with child. Instantly, your pituitary gland begins to produce the hormones that allow your body to change and facilitate childbirth. You got to reorganize blood vessels, all types of crazy shit that your crazy ass is not going to go inside of your body and say, all right, blood vessels, I need you to start connecting to my baby now because I want my baby to live because I love my baby so much. The mind is off. The Kabbalion does not say the emotions are off. To which, if you make decisions, think about your decision-making process outside of tuning in and tapping into the space of no thinking. Because thinking and mental is two separate things. Because when you're thinking, that's an emotional tie. Because the times that I think about, I was just thinking about, the word is a powerful thing, right? I was thinking about the situation, right? And I was dealing with this chick, and she was tied into my emotional body so deep, y'all. And, you know, I broke my hand one time because I was so mad. Not on her, but I had this wood plank in my room, and I punched it because I just was on the phone, and she just had me so mad, and I broke my hand. But this ain't the story that I'm talking about. This was the last time we ever kicked it in life. So, you know, we just chilling, and I can't even tell you the scenario of what made me angry. But I said the worst thing ever. I said, I wish something bad on her. I don't know how I said it, how I worded it, so don't get me to lying, but I wish something bad on her. And there's a reason for this story, I'll tell you. I wish something bad on her, and then she get in the car. It's her cousin, and all of their kids. So in the back seat, it's about 4 children. And do you know that the tires on that car just rolled off like somebody had loosened them bitches? And so if you recall, the last words that I done told her was some real fuckity fuck negative shit. But I went on about my day. I ain't never really think about it. But it was a life or death situation real fast. And everybody was like, damn, Kyrie must have did it because he said what he said. And I said what I said. So I had this confrontation with her brother, and her brother pulled a gun out on me. Like, I should kill you right now. And I'm like, shit, bro. I mean, if that's what you gonna do, kill me. But I don't even have shit to do with that, bro. Why would I do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, I was mad, but shit. That's some crazy shit, bro. But if that's how you feel you need to handle this, our mamas know each other, you feel me? And you feel like I did something, look me in my eye. If you feel like I did something, then shoot me. I'm still here. He ain't shoot me. But long story short, I ain't talked to her no more. that was amicable on both sides, because that shit was too crazy. Now, I was just thinking about this as I was riding, and when I was thinking about this, I was like, I was back in them feelings. I was really, I was tied in. I was listening to a song, and it just made me relive that event, and that's what made me realize, like, shit, I got more work to do, one, and two, the emotions of the past and the memories that you have when them shits is playing back, and you immerse yourself in that shit, man, it's hard to pull yourself back. So that's what actually prompted this actual video, because I'm like, damn, as much shit as I taught, the moment that I pulled up that thought, the moment that I pulled up that memory, I was right there. And I was feeling that same emotion. So that teaches me what is really teaching me where my blocks are at, and where I need to actually do shadow work at, where I need to journal at. Because generally, I've had so many different traumatic moments that I don't really ever even talk about. And I know, like, it's a lot of people like me that got traumatic experiences, and we just live here like that. So if you're dealing with a fight or flight energy, where a person had pulled a gun at you, you've been homeless, you've been in a bad car accident, your life is still there. It's something that happens with your beingness that it leaves like a fragment of yourself. Because even when you try to imagine yourself that you are mentally aware of it, when you trying to deal with higher consciousness, like attaining your crown chakra elevation, and you ain't doing no work with those experiences, this is the type of stuff that you'll find. So you then have to see the opposite of me now from then is that I'm able to discuss it. I'm able to really put some alchemy to it. But 10 years ago, and most people that I know, they probably dealing with past life things, not even past life, but in the past, some shit that done happened, that their emotional body is on a cyclical. In my dream, it was like a circle, like zoop, 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 and it was referencing the emotional body, and it was just a white background and a black circle, and the only concept that I was dealing with was trauma. And I was seeing these cycles in my brain, and maybe they in other people's brain, I don't know, but at least in my brain, they like zoop, zoop, zoop. And so I say to say all of that, be wary of your trauma cycles during a Metro retrograde, during a Sun in Capricorn, because you don't want to actually be mad that you haven't gotten what you wanted to get. Because that the logic don't even actually fit when you reference a Sun in Capricorn. It's more in building something and being patient. Being patient and also being grateful that you have the schematics, that you know where you're going, that you know what you're building. So generally, the emotions come in when you're not doing that. It's a lot of black energy, melanated energy that's tied into hoping and wishing. So if I can do a thing on like starting a brand or starting a book, black people will sign up because in their mind, they feel like if I create this book, I'll be satisfied. Relationship guru. I had a joke, but I'm going to hold back on that joke. You imagine that if you're going to be in a relationship, everything is going to be solid. You imagine that if you get this, everything going to be solid. What you'll notice about Mercury, because Mercury is going to always be close to us. Mercury retrogrades 2 to 3 times a year. You'll never be satisfied by what you're intending. You'll never be satisfied by your desires. You'll never be satisfied by, I hope that when I get this, I will be blank. Your existence is fucked up. Because the bunny rabbit, the lion, the tiger, the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom has something more profound figured out than us humans do. They put their beingness first. They put their instincts first. They put their magnetism first. A fucking eagle is not thinking, hey, wait a second. Let me take a class on how to fucking eat some fucking fish. Let me take a class on how to mate. You know how people mate in all areas? By showing their ass. By being their best person. So, why do we then put our minds in spaces of intentions and emotions? You know where you end up? You end up in hell. To have a balanced emotional space, to then charge your mental with energies in reference to what you're trying to experience, you become a translator, you become a transcriber, you become a transcoder of vibrations, of frequencies, of waves. That is our jobs. We are vessels. It's very simple. But if we imagine ourselves to be attached to our intentions, to our goals, oh, I'm gonna do this and that, you sound crazy. Because you know where heaven, what exists in heaven, works. You know what exists in hell? Intentions. See, there's certain people in my life that I don't gotta necessarily ask for shit from. And there's certain people in my life that they don't gotta really ask me for shit. Because you understand how they work. You understand the type of energy that they hold. The frequency and vibratory lessons that the karmic lessons that they came down to teach you. You are their student. However, it's other people that want to just kind of tell you how things will be in the future, as if that's relative. So say for instance somebody tells you, oh man, I know I owe you this money, but I'm gonna pay you in 2 weeks. I'm like Corey Holcomb. You a sucker ass nigga. Like, I can't fuck with you. If you gotta pay me in 2 weeks and you owe me, you pay me now or you don't talk about it. Cause you playing me. Cause I done grew up in the streets. I know what it's like for a motherfucker not to be like, yo, what up, bro? What up, bro? What up, bro? And then what happened to bro? Yeah, he was at the liquor store. Somebody took him out. Damn, tomorrow ain't promised. That's the code that I live on. So generally, you say, all right, I'm going to do it by this time. All right, bet. You don't do it by that time, it's all the way up. Because I'm not going to waste my time and energy on something that's not guaranteed. So, if a person is putting you on pause, telling you to wait, they might have good intentions for you. But understand they laying out the blueprint for hell. But if a person shows up, I always use Spirit Doula as a perfect example of that. like, I don't even know what to say. If a person show up and be like, all right, we gonna do this and we gonna work together and do that and we gonna manifest some shit, that's heaven. There's a lot of people that say, oh man, we should work together and we should do this and we should do that and we should do this and we should do that. That's going to be hell. And I understand, I'm not talking about me and your relationship. I'm talking about the people that you really want to fuck with, that you really in tune with. Then make it a life full of works. Make it be a dedicated effort to provide that person with works. And don't tell them shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell them shit. So, with that being said, man, I'm going to end this video and catch another vibe and catch another breeze. But remember, man, you heal yourself. And healing yourself is not a matter of hoping and wishing. Healing yourself is a matter of function. If you're interested in that function, we will go in detail of the function of chakra work, meaning the A, B, C, D, E, F, G of chakra work. Okay? If you don't understand it, if you want a clarification, if you want to understand all of the chakras, February 20th, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the last live Chakra Nova class. So for all of the people who have supported thus far, we've done 6 classes already. And, you know, each class is becoming more and more enlightening. So we'll do a full-scale review. And then we'll go into the functions of the pituitary gland. This is going to be so powerful if you can understand that you heal yourself. If you're signing up for this class thinking that I'm going to heal you, if you sign up for this class thinking that Prime Harmonics guided meditation is going to heal you, if you're signing up for this class thinking that Prime Serpent's goddamn jokes is going to heal you, if you think that Mama Mystic is going to be passing out some secret womb steams that's going to heal you, you sadly mistaken. However, if you feel that you can heal yourself, then this is the perfect class for you. February 20th, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's February now, so we in the great countdown. We 19 days away, and I promise you, it's going to be what you need if you're trying to heal yourself. If you worried about what other people is doing, celebrities and news and politicians and entertainment and government and all of that type of shit, then I promise you this ain't the class. If you in conscious community and you gotta ask such and such, what do they think about me? What do they think about Prime Harmonic? This ain't the class. We don't deal with no spiritual hierarchy. I tell you even better. Once you get into this course, my attempt is to put you on the pedestal. I represent Namaste. The God in me sees the God in you, and we are all holding the space of spiritual beingness, having a human experience. So with that being said, I'll catch you all on the flip side. Peace.